Hi, this is Helen Airy, and today I wanted to talk to you about a really powerful process that you can either do at the end of the year or at the beginning of the new year, and you can adapt it to make it as fun as you like, or include the children so it's actually achievable and you can do it. So it's really powerful because most of us forget just what we've done throughout the year, and we don't really take credit for the things we've learned or the way we've transformed. And it's really useful to take the lessons and apply them so that we can move forward into 2019 or the following year. And also I find it really wonderful to look at the blessings from the year and then really feel appreciation for those. So the first step is to really get a glance of the year. Now, I don't know about you, but I forget a lot of what's gone on, and especially since I've had children, because life is just so busy. So what I do is I open up my calendar and I open up each month at a time and really get a feel for what was going on for me at that time. What was happening in my life, what was I doing, what challenges were there. So I jot down each month on a bit of paper. Now, if you don't have a calendar or diary, maybe you could look through your photographs or your social media news feed. If you journal, of course, that's perfect. So what you want to get is, as I said, a bird's eye view of the year so that you can just look at it at a glance. So either writing it down, or if you want to use the computer, you can do that instead. So once you've got this, it's then looking at a few questions. So firstly, I like to give a theme for the year. So what one word would you use to describe the past year? For me, 2017, for example, is all about more transformation. It might be clearing, it might be survival, for some people. It could be, a new love, it could be learning to be on your own. So whatever feels right for you, put that down. Now, if one word isn't if you can't find the right word, just write down a short sentence instead. And then you want to look at your challenges and your successes, your wins. Now, I like to categorize these. I like to pop them into categories. For me, it would be health and wellness, it would be family and relationships, self-development, career or business or passion, whatever word fits for you. And what else have I got? Finances, of course. So those would be my 5 main categories, but you choose whatever's relevant for you. And you've got your challenges and your wins, and then have a think about the lessons. Okay, what lessons can you take from the year? And then what would be the blessings? Okay, and then, just really feel those blessings, feel the gratitude for them. And then what you want to do is to finish the year with these 2 sentences. First is, what am I taking into the new year with me? What I'm taking into the new year is what? And what are you leaving behind? So what I'm leaving behind into the previous year is whatever that is for you, okay? So once you've got that, the next thing to do is to get an inventory of where you're at right now. So take stock. Now, there's a link to a document that you can download below called The Wheel of Life. And you might find this useful. You don't have to do the exercise right now. You can just use that wheel and put the categories that apply to you. And then what you want to do is to write on a scale of 0 to 10, you're rating each one on the happiness level. So how satisfied are you with that part of your life? So if it's your health, how happy are you with your health, and then rate that on a scale of 0 to 10. You might have finances. I've put a list of things here below the video that you can choose from as well. So these are taken from a link at the bottom, or you can use the categories that are included in the Wheel of Life, or just make up your own. Okay, so what you're going to get there is an idea of what areas you then need to focus on moving forward. So look, it's tempting to say, well, you know what, that part of my life really isn't a priority right now. But what I've learned from experience and seen both within myself and other people's is that if there's one area of your life that's really low, it's actually going to impact all the other areas. So we know that money pretty much affects everything. We need at least enough money. If you're not healthy, then that's going to impact all areas of your life. If there's a relationship that's really bringing you down, whether it's toxic or just not quite how you want it could be at home or at work, whatever that is. So these areas all need to be, at least above a 5, I'd say, but higher, even better. So have a look at which area you want to focus on moving forward. And then the next step is actually a really fun step. You want to create a vision for the future. So this is where you get to have fun, you get to use your imagination. What I find really useful to get in the right headspace is to put on some fun music and dance, and you know, if you're with a bunch of friends, it's great because you can encourage each other and help each other to dream big. So the trick here is to remove all limitations, right? So that negative thought that comes up, oh well, I will never be able to do that because I can't afford it, or well, I couldn't do that because whatever it is. This is where we're trying to move all the constraints to one side and just what would we love to do, what would we love to have. So let's say in 3 years time, if there were no constraints, if someone put $10 million authentically where no one had died, no one had hurt themselves, and you actually had access to that money, so money wasn't an option, what would you love to be doing? What would your purpose be? What would your job be? Who would you be hanging out with? You know, how would you be spending your time? So as I said, I like to put some music on, dance, and then you literally sit down and you brain dump and you write down all the things you'd love to be doing, all the things you'd love to have, the experiences. And as I said, when you're with other people, you can share and then you can get ideas from them as well. So it's a really fun exercise to do, but as I said, you have to just let go. I've always found this bit quite challenging because my imagination, I think I must have shut that down at an early age. So in order to open up to what's possible for me, has taken a few years for me to really be able to do this well. So once you've looked at 3 years ahead, you can then bring that back to 12 months ahead, okay? And then what would you like to do in the coming year, in 2019? And again, what would you like to achieve? How would you like to feel? This is the biggest one, because most of the time, the things that we think we want to do is because we think they'll make us happy. So if you start with the feelings, I want to feel free, I want to feel happy, I want to feel energized, you know, really look at the feelings there, and then that might lead you as to what you can do to help you get there. So if you want to have more fun in your life, what might that look like? If you want to have more travel, where might you want to go? So having a look at the more ofs, how you want to feel, what you want to experience, and then jotting those down for the year ahead. So from that, you know, you can really go anywhere. So I love to create a vision board or a dream board. One of my coaches calls it a more ofs, because you want to bring more of those experiences into your life, a more of board, and that's really good. So you know, you don't have to do that as part of this exercise, you can do that separately, but some kind of visualization of pictures, using pictures and words to bring in that feeling that you want to have more of in your life. And then the last part, this is where it's super cool, you're celebrating in advance. So you're moving forward in your mind, in your imagination still, and you're pretending it's the 31st of December 2019, and maybe you're with your best friends or your favorite family members, and you're celebrating. And you're celebrating all the things that you've accomplished that year that you want to accomplish during the year. So you're pretending it's the end of the year. And you know, how do you want to feel? And you're talking to each other and saying, oh, you know, wasn't it amazing how this happened? And I'm not quite sure how it happened. It all, you know, everything just fell together, and the right resource appeared at the right time, and that person had the right idea, and I didn't know how I was going to get beyond that, but then suddenly it all worked out. And you just play with it, and the more real you make it, the better the mindset and the more able you are to attract it. So that's something that I've introduced in the last 18 months that I've been doing with my coaching friends and buddies, and that I've been encouraged to do from my coach, and it works so well when you do it. So you can make it into a game, you can have fun with it, get the whole family involved, or just a couple of friends if they understand the concept, and in your mind it kind of doesn't know whether it's real or not because you're making it real. So as the law of attraction works, it starts attracting to you. So that's really the process in a nutshell. There's a link at the bottom where part of this process was taken from, and that's got it in even more detail. So you can go and check that out or adapt it to whatever way suits for you. But I highly encourage you to do this. Yeah, whether by yourself or with friends and families, it doesn't matter if it's not on New Year's Eve, it can be, you know, any time in January really. Wishing you all the best, take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.